Hello, my name is Alice and in this video I will be showing you how to download and install Windows 10 on VMware Workstation. First, I will download the disk image file underneath which says Create Windows 10 Social Media. I'll download now. If you are upgrading to Windows 10, then do that. But when I'm going to be creating my own Windows 10 also file when I'll be downloading this, then I could download this disk image from the Internet Archive, which is totally free to download, and and it does not have problems, with this. Make it simple and easier. While on this page, you'll see this image, and then I would download the also image here. Our machine will update my PC. I've actually opened it, so I'll delete this, and then I'll continue my downloading this ISO file, which is downloading from this website. This is going to be taking 1 hour or more to complete. While it's downloading, I'll just go ahead and I'll open VMware Workstation. I'll create a new virtual machine. I'll select Google, next, and then next. Windows 64-bit, that's compatible with Windows 10. Next, and then I would name it as Windows 10 64-bit. Next, I'll store virtual disk as a single file. And then next, finish. I'll add the virtual machine settings. I'll add a 2 GB of RAM. Next, I'll add 2 cores of processors. I'll enable Intel VDX or AMD. It will impact performance, that's why I should leave it as automatic. Next, when it does download, I would need to configure VMware tools while we install the operating system. I would update automatically, and then but anyways, I would allow the also image to download. And then next, I would disable free graphics. Because I like to make Windows 10 faster, but if you have a higher end PC, like mine, if your PC, your high end PC running my Windows version, like Windows Vista, then you can enable 3D acceleration on Windows 10 to make it even more responsive. Then I would allow the also image to download, and it should download. Then I'll drag it to my ASA files folder, then I would allow it to download. And if your Windows 10 22H2 ASA file is not working, you can download the 1507 version of the Windows 10 operating system. I've already downloaded this ASA file, that's why I would install it. I need to move, I also downloaded Windows 8.1 ASA file for my second video, that's why I'll move them both. To also move the Windows 7 and Windows 8 and 10 ASA files all together into the ASA files folder. There we go, and then I would um, edit virtual machine settings, go to CD DVDs and browse for your SATA ASA file. I've also downloaded 21H2, but it didn't work, that's why I downloaded the Windows 10 1507 ASA file. I would check it. Oh, okay, this is the power on this virtual machine. And then next, I would now being allowed to continue the installation. I'll show the OB step and the first portion of the installation file, then I'll show what to begin next. And I also filmed my fast speed video, or the fast mission video. Is that you'll set the language, your time, currency, your formats, and etc. That's what I'll show you that, and then I was show you what would be next. In the sub screen, select the language, time, and keyboard. Click next, and then install. Skip a product key if you don't have one, but if you have one, you can enter it if you like. But for this video, we'll skip the product key. And that part is normal for a Windows 10 installation in a virtual machine, but I recommend that you activate it. Further, activate license terms, next, and then also custom. Here I'll select the unallocated disk space, next, and then it will start installing the Windows 10 operating system on the VMware Workstation, and it should be able to take quite a few minutes to hours, etc., bits and pieces before it could even load the OB screen and the desktop as well. Next, I would pause this video. Now you need to enter your port key if you have one, but I'll skip this by clicking on the legislator. I have to move the bars up and down to just get the view better. But don't worry about that, it's normal. I'll fix this issue later, which is going up like that. Click on Use Express Settings. It will start in a moment. And then you should be able to set it up just like it would. Just wait for it to load up. Next we'll load it up, and then it should be able to load the screen here. And the Windows logo is like this flat. See here. And you can see here the original one was like this logo here, but it's changed to this narrow window. And again, it's going to be flashing. Next, in this menu, you will select I own it. And then next, I'll skip this step. Who owns this PC? I'll enter my name. I'm the normal name. I'll enter just admin, and I'll enter the password. Next. I'm looking at consumer password. Then I'll leave everything else blank and I'll change the name as well. Next, it should be able to load up this screen. It's just a moment. And then it should be able to load the Windows 10 boot screen, and it should be able to load the OB, which is done. Now we're in the desktop. I also tried this on VMware Workstation 6.541 and even Oracle VirtualBox, but all of them is failed. But only one attempt, like the Windows 10 operating system on Oracle VirtualBox on my Windows XP HP computer, which I upgraded to Windows Vista. I tried it to run the Windows 10 operating system on Oracle VirtualBox, but it failed. That's why VMware Workstation 11 is the better alternative to Oracle VirtualBox. And you can see here it is now loading this desktop environment. It won't take long to do this whole process. And next is going to be loading the Windows 10 desktop environment. It's going to be setting up your apps, and after that's done, you should be able to load up the Windows 10 desktop. From the desktop below, you can enter your username and password, etc. If you have a password, you can do that as well. But I'll pause this bit until this is process done, and then I would show the next bit that you will so the desktop again. Next, Windows 10 desktop is fully loaded. Now we can works with the desktopers. This is start menu. The start menu is working perfectly fine, as you can see here, but it's relatively laggy. And then everything else working fine as it used to be. Next, after installation, I'll go to VMware Tools installation menu. I'll just install it. Next, I will do the search bar, then I'll type in bar, which should load it. Next, open file to the files. When you're done that, we need to look and open this. I'll open up the setup. click on is to agree to the VMware Tools setup file. Next, going to be installing VMware Tools, paying to set up PC, and it would improve the mouse and desktop controller, etc. Have a spot to move. And then next, we need to click on next to this menu, typical next, and then install to install it. Next, going to be installing the fingerprint drivers, etc. Which you can, I think that fingerprint is like a printer to install. In fact, you can print it directly from a virtual machine, but I would think first going to be installing the USB mouse driver, and at the end, you can be installing PS2 mouse driver, etc. Audio driver with audio driver already, as you can on my host PC and a version as well. And that's what's going to be improving to audio quality. Next, we should wait until this process is done down there and installing as well. The screen is flickering for a bit, and it's going to be registering the product. It includes the product code, which you can look at it after it's done being just to install. It should be able to complete. There we go, the desktop is now fully almost refreshed and it's loaded. Finish distributor restart ventilation. Click on is to restart your PC or the virtual machine in this case. I'm in the virtual machine, not my PC. I should allow it to restart. and then Windows 10 is fully installed and updated with VMware tools installed. Now this Windows 10 operating system is now working very fine. You can see here. You can rearrange the start menu and etc. And of all of our sounds, this operating system is good rock solid operating system, especially for older PCs who cannot upgrade to Windows 11. This operating system is best choice for the older PCs. But in my personal opinion, I prefer Windows 98 and Windows Vista and Windows XP as well, because they're faster and far more lighter than Windows 11. Windows 10 also is heavier, but it's still relatively light compared to Windows 11. But I still prefer Windows XP, Vista, and Windows 98 SE and Windows 7 as well, due to perceived stability and UI look and UX, user experience, etc. While I find Windows 10 as flat and not as good for my uh, viewing. My user interface look. Windows 10 also have notifications which are annoying rather than Windows 7, Vista's, XP's notifications. They pop up a bit after a long time, because that's why I prefer the simplicity of my versions of Windows that I use. Then that's pretty much it for this video, and goodbye. And thank you very much.